on the current trajectory, I like that word, it's unsustainable as far as I'm concerned. Hey there, welcome to the garage. I am not in the garage. I'm in my truck, and I am rolling west, headed to Arkansas for a reunion with some old friends, something I do every year, and have some time on my hands, so I thought I'd share a few thoughts from the road, ramblings from the road, if you will. And one of those is on buying cars, specifically new cars or newer cars. Just a couple of thoughts, and because I don't know how this, on the trajectory that we're on, I don't know where this ends as far as people being able to afford cars or get cars repaired or whatever. They're newer cars, certainly brand new cars. It's not that they're just expensive. It's all my opinion. They are overpriced. They're just, my goodness, there is no reason to be paying these prices. People are financing cars out many years, 5, 6, 8 years. And knowing that cars are depreciating assets, they're losing value like all the time. It doesn't make sense to pay 8 years on a car that is going to be worth 10% of what you end up paying for it at the end of that 8 years. And in some cases, that sounds dramatic, but it's absolutely the case. Anyway, so that's one thing that it's bugging me. I don't know where we go from here. Another thing is, and I think this is not new, but it's certainly much more apparent now. Car dealerships, they don't really sell cars. The cars are just vehicles, no pun intended, for them to sell financing and services. We all know that, right? But it has gotten so incredibly, it's almost like the car itself doesn't matter. And when you go in to buy a car, the guy you're buying the car from, ask him some technical questions about the car. He probably will not be able to, because he didn't know anything about the car. He can tell you all about the financing options. He cannot tell you about the features of the car, right? So that is just flipped upside down from years gone by. And the most important part for me on newer cars is the internet connectivity, the service-based or subscription-based stuff. Man, I don't know where we go when you start, if I have to pay a subscription for heated seats, but I don't pay my subscription and my heated seats stop working. Okay, that's one thing. But I don't know how far that goes, and I'm not going to create conspiracies and just make stuff up. All I know is I don't like it. I don't like any kind of internet connectivity in my vehicles. That's why I drive older cars and try to keep them running. That being said, that's the other thing about dealerships. I'm not just necessarily harping on dealerships, but they're certainly part of the major part of the problem is the maintenance, the labor charge. And I know a guy's got to make a living, right? But like the Honda dealership near me, $195 an hour labor to do work. So you can go in and they charge $350 per axle to do brakes. And then there's labor on top of that. I think you can end up paying just a ton of money for some very basic maintenance because the maintenance, the labor charge is so high. I don't know where all of this goes, I guess is what I'm saying. But I can tell you what my opinion is, what we can do as consumers. Stop buying the cars. Stop financing cars for 8 years. Stop financing cars at all. And just stop buying the cars. Buy older cars and make them work. That's becoming a little bit more of a problem because you got to go older and older and older, right? There was a time when you could buy a 2-year-old vehicle, get a really good deal on it because it had low miles but still had tons of life left in it, and a lot of its depreciation had already been baked in, and you got a good deal. And I've done that many times. So we just recently bought my wife a new car, and I had to buy a 6-year-old vehicle to even come close to getting what I consider to be a reasonable deal on the car. We got a great car, and she loves it. Nothing wrong with it. It's still newer than I like because it has some of the features that I'm not, super jazzed about. There's some people walking on the side of the road. It's a lady and her son. trying to figure out if I should go back, and there's no way I can get back to them. I guess their car broke down somewhere. Anyway, hopefully they'll be all right. There's a rest stop not far back there. What was I saying? I was talking about the internet. Is that what I was talking about? My wife's car. So 6 years old, and I didn't really want to go that old, but it was a 2020. But anything newer than that just had too many of the gigantic screens with all, like, everything in one screen. I mean, if I want to turn on the lights, I just want to turn a knob and turn on the lights. I don't want to have to dial through a digital screen to figure out how to do that. There we go. I'm just kind of rambling a little bit. That's why we call this rambling from the road, right? That's my thought. Stop buying the cars. Can we just do that? Let's buy older cars. Let's make them work. Do the best we can do. If you can find parts are getting harder to find. I don't know where this goes for the car market, new or used, but on the current trajectory, I like that word, it's unsustainable as far as I'm concerned. And that's getting away from the whole, people can't find jobs and you can't get paid and the cost of living is going way up. Just tons going on, but just the car market itself, my opinion, it is unsustainable at the rate that it's going. So anyway, ramblings from the road. I appreciate you guys watching. I will be back in the garage next week and do some more stuff. But right now I'm going to head over here and visit with my buddies. So I appreciate you guys listening to me ramble for a minute, and y'all have a great day.